One. And there we go.
We're live
Now it's on. Are you muted, Paul?
Yeah, can't hear him.
Can't hear you, Paul.
I was trying to use my headphones, but it's how's that? Can you hear me now?
That's better. Yeah.
Must be these blocking out the mic. Okay, so welcome everybody. This is the 2 o'clock hangout. To you, it looks like we're slightly late, but it's not because I didn't press start live, just to show that you don't have to be technical to run a business online. So anyway, just to fill you in, guys, on what we were talking on, you missed the most incredible, amazing, fantastic stuff that everybody's just shared, but we can't remember what it was, so you missed out there. So anyway, no, for those watching it, all we've talked about so far is that we noticed that people come in and they get overwhelmed with the amount of training in there. We were just talking about that, and then Sarah's just mentioned about people are confused with what links to send to people. People ask about the challenge and what link should they send. And Sarah quite rightly said everybody should watch every one of those links, and then you'll know what's in them. You'll know what to send to the person when you're speaking to them. So guys, why don't we just, you've all come into the 21-day challenge. You're probably all at various degrees of overwhelm and stuff like that yourselves. I mean, not Sarah so much, because Sarah's like rocking it, obviously on the leaderboards and stuff. What about if we did a step-by-step thing then? So welcome step. We've done it though. We've done the steps. I don't know how we can make it easier. Has anybody got any ideas?
No, I think it's that. I think. And I totally get where people come. They want to come in and they want to rush into it and get it going because of how good the posts then work. But partly why the posts are done for you is then so you can go and spend time doing the training, and it's like it's hand in hand. And I know we can't. I've spoken to you about this before, Paul. That if we could force people to do training 1 before they get training 2, and then do training 3, and we can monitor it, then we'll know where people are. So when they say, I don't know this, and you can go, you're only up to training 3. There's 8 steps. Why haven't you done them all? You've been in 2-3 weeks now. We can't force people to do it, but it's that people have got to know it's there for a reason. And it was one of the first things I learned, and Darren, when we were working together a year or so ago, Paul, was if you want to hide your best training, stick it in the get started guide. And it's like it's there. There's not. We could put so much more in, to it, but it's not. It's there. This is the basic point for everyone to do. So do those 8 steps, and then as Sarah just said, make notes on them. So when you are chatting to people, then where what is best to send them. Whatever their challenge is, what the problem they've got. Okay, one of them videos will be better directed to them for question A or them for question B, and just use it for that then. So these hangouts are great, but as I said before, love helping people in the team, but when it's stuff then that they could have just gone and found out themselves, it does annoy me, and then that they're not investing their time into their business.
Exactly.
And then expect other people to invest time into their business when they're not doing it themselves. Like part of what we're doing with this, like with the Marketers Hotel and sticking everything together for people, regardless of what company they're in, is to give them training and that works for them to go and do what they want. I know people are going off and I'm doing other crazy stuff now with principles that I've learned from the 21-day challenge.
I think people need to realise that the 21-day challenge just flat out works. And if you've got, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I said, if you get in a car at Land's End and you're going to drive to John O'Groats, which is like the 2 furthest extremes of the UK for those people watching in other countries, and you're going to drive in the dark, you can only see so far in front of you because your headlights only work so far. But if you just keep going, you will get to the other end. Because it exists, if you just keep moving, you will get there eventually. You've got that 100% total belief. You can see it on a map. You can go on Google Images and you can see it. When it comes to this type of thing, an online business, it's exactly the same. But unless you've got the belief that you can get where you want to be, wherever that is for your business, You know, even though you can only see so far ahead, and you know, you're doing these posts, and some people think, "What? You know, why am I posting this? Why am I posting like what's your high school mascot?" You know, and I've had people in the UK tell me, "Oh, well, that's not English though, is it?" So I didn't want to do it, but I did it, and actually, I've got like 10 responses. You know, people I could go and talk to. I'm just going to mute a couple of people out because of the noise. Grace, I think you're. I don't know if it's you, Grace. If you want to speak, Grace, that's fine. Hello, welcome.
Hi, how you going?
You might have to unmute yourself. What time is it there for you?
1:15 a.m.
Wow. All right, that's commitment, guys. Try not to fall asleep on us. I'll try and be interesting.
I'll try. Excuse me if I do fall asleep.
Nah, you're fine.
That's what happens when Paul speaks to most women. So.
I know it does. Thanks, Mike. Right, I'm just gonna mute. Right, okay. So, overwhelm. Basically, you just got to do it, guys. You just got to work through it little by little, and just like we talked about going on a journey, that's all it is. It's just going on a journey. Everybody's at different points. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. But seriously, one training at a time. What Sarah said about watching all the videos, you know, that we can share with people, the sites, you should all know what they are, and then you'll know when you're speaking to somebody which one's best for them. If someone's really focused on recruiting, send them mine, 25 people in 30 days. If they're in a product MLM, the Rockstars video I know for a fact goes down incredibly well with those sort of people. So, overwhelm, the steps are there for a reason, follow them, and you won't be overwhelmed. You just got to realise you just got to chunk it down, take it bit by bit. I'm going to be doing something we learned in NLP about goal setting. I'm going to be doing a training on that. That is probably going to be a paid training, but I'll make it available for 21-day challenge members.
I think that's really important as well. That helps me a hell of a lot to keep going and keep motivated, is to have a goal in mind. So think to yourself, how much do I want to be earning? How many people do I want to bring in? I'll just show you this. This is stuck to my computer. I don't know if you can see that. But that's my, I look at that every day. That's what I want to do. I want to get 5,000 reoccurring a month, and I want to earn 30 grand. So every day I'm looking at that because that's where I'm going to go. So that sort of stuff works really, really well. So don't just come in and say, well, I want to build my business. I want to use the 21-day challenge as a training. Well, where is that taking you? What is it you're doing it for? If you haven't got a reason you're doing it, you won't complete it. You won't stick with it. So make sure you've got a clear reason in mind.
How many people do you need, Sarah, to do that?
Or how many do I need? Well, I've got 4 good solid ones, and then just keep
how many do you need? How many do you need in your pay line to hit that?
In my pay line? I
Yeah,
don't know. You've got me, haven't you? Because I haven't worked it out exactly how many I need.
This is partly, people have goals, and that's a goal. In NLP, they call it outcomes, and outcomes will, when we go through the outcome procedure in the training, Sarah would be able to answer exactly how many people she needs to do it, what level they need to be at. You'd have it sequenced in bite-sized chunks. The process of what you need to do and all the resources you need to be able to do it are worked into the outcome. You write your outcome out, and everything you need would be written in. And that's the difference between a goal and an outcome. Okay, just to give you a little taster of that. So that will be coming. But it wasn't to catch you out, Sarah, but a lot of the books you read, I mean, I've got a bookshelf full there of books, self-development, and I've got stuff on law of attraction. Little tip for you guys, you know, a lot of books you read will probably tell you to visualize your goal, see it complete. I think it's in the film The Secret. Imagine you're in your dream car, see the steering wheel, see your hands wrap around the steering wheel. Okay, that means that you are associated, i.e. you are seeing it through your own eyes. So when you do that, you can make it very real, but your brain interprets that as a memory. So is there some use to that? Maybe, because if you can have the experience of doing it, it means it can happen again. But basically, your brain interprets that as a memory. Okay? So when you're trying to set a goal that I'm going to drive a Mercedes, and you're seeing your hands on the steering wheel of your Mercedes, your brain's going, oh, that's a memory. I've already got the Mercedes because that's a memory, so I must already have it. That's the memory of having it. Makes it almost impossible to reach that goal because your subconscious is fighting you. So whenever you visualize your goals, make sure you're disassociated, which means you see yourself like you're watching a movie of yourself. So you should be able to see yourself. And how I remember it is disassociated. Can you see disass? yeah, if you can see your ass, then you know you're disassociated. And then your brain is programmed to try and make whatever you create in here, it's programmed to try and make it a reality, so it will try and reach for that. So that's a very quick snippet, but it's a big important one, and it's why a lot of people that do like law of attraction, it never works for them, because it's thought of. So we go more into scientific NLP. So Sarah, you need 29 people
Okay.
at 175 to make that happen. And if your outcome is to get 29 people, you'll hit your goal.
Okay.
And then he's breaking it down from that. Then with, you know, there's 29, and then you think, okay, well, and you get 2 pass-ups from each person, so that then takes it down to 10. You know, so getting me 10 people with 2 pass-ups off each. You know, and he's breaking it down. Then he's out 30 people nearly. That's a lot from where I am now. You know, or is it, you know, from where you are now with what you've got is how many of them could you get from the 25 up to the 175, or how many of them are looking at buying the all the way in package? And there's that, and there's, once you've got it, it's breaking it down. There's different ways it can be broken down. So,
well, I don't know if it's relevant. I'm just going to talk a minute or maybe 2 on this, but this is who'd like to make $5,000 a month recurring?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So basically, it's 29 people. Let's say 30 because that covers yours. So you're looking at 30 people. Well, at the minute we've got the 21-day challenge, and that is brilliant. And the 21-day challenge, one way of building your business is just going out and talking to people. Now, recently with working with Eric, there's this all-in-one system, Genius Marketing Pro. And people are buying that at $297 plus $47 a month, like nobody's business, because it's a great deal for everything you get in it. But people are paying that. They can use the product for $47 a month, but people are buying that like nobody's business. In fact, Darren Little, who does one of the videos in the 21-day challenge, he's just broke, I think it's $26,000 with Genius Marketing Pro. There's another system called 250 Payday. And 250 Payday, there's a useful product with that. With 250 Payday, yes, it's a useful product, but it's just a ton of training. And all it is they promote it that you buy it for 250 yourself, and you can resell it for 250 yourself. Okay. Eric Green knows a guy who's just made like $2,500 in like 3 days. Okay. And it kind of wakens you up to the fact that people buy these things. So me and Eric were talking the other day, and we kind of had this idea. 175 monthly payday. That's the unique bit. So what we're doing is, of course, we're promoting NWC at the 175 level. You get your products just like you do with 250 Payday. Then you've got all the Decide Freedom Team stuff as well, that is like your training stuff as well, and they get the 21-day challenge. So they can build their business by, you know, attraction marketing, relationship building, Facebook networking, whatever you want to call it. They get that, and for the people that like affiliate marketing that just want to go out and make 250 sales all the time, it ticks a box for them as well because they can market it just the same way. So we're looking at making that another arm to what we do in the 21-day challenge, to be able to have something different to offer, but it's focused on the 175, and you can promote either way. How do you guys feel about that? Honest feedback. If you think it's terrible, say.
I think it's the next step forward, really. I mean, I've been doing the 21-day challenge for a while, and I've learned so many new skills in it. But now I want to, try something new. And for me, the next step for me is to start to use things like funnels and capture pages and opt-in pages. And it's nice to have a platform that offers all of these things for such a cheap price as well. So to me, it's the next step forward for me is how I want to move things forward in my business now. So I just think it's a really good deal. But obviously, we don't want to overwhelm people with saying, "Oh, you need to do this," because you don't. If you're happy with your primary business and you're happy doing the 21-day challenge, that's fine. But for me personally, this is really, really beneficial to me. So hopefully, it's going to be beneficial to others as well that want to step up their game a little bit as well.
Well, if people get the all-in-one funnel system, $47 a month, we can give them all the funnels that me and Eric create, but it will be build your email list. You know, it won't build an email list, because whenever somebody owns an email list, so I mean, if me and Eric, we talked about, do we build funnels and things, and do we collect information, but there's no way we can build a list and refer it back to you if the sale comes through. Very tricky to do unless we get programmed in with how we've got things set up. So we've stayed away from it, but now it's something we can offer if people want that as a service. So the way I see it at the minute is we are catering to people that are in another business, because they all need, a lot of them, not all of them, a lot of them need help. 21 Day Challenge directly accesses their problem. It identifies an issue they've got, and there's a solution in the 21 Day Challenge. What we're maybe not promoting so much is this side of it for the people that want to make money. And the amount of sales that go through on that and that is unbelievable. So if we had our own version of it, 21 Day Challenge, 175 monthly payday, I think we address that side of it as well. It'd be interesting to see what way works better. But you've got the 175 payday, it's monthly, and you've got the pass-up system. Compared with that, it just knocks it out of the park. So I think, you know, me and Eric are talking again after this hangout, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But in principle, would everybody find that it wouldn't offend you if that was in the 21 Day Challenge as an option? Cool.
No, I think it's that, you know, and I think when people are, you know, we talk before about being overwhelmed, is fucking people are at different parts of the journey now, so they're just coming in and they're getting the 21 Day Challenge, and there's stuff there to learn. But once you've done that and you've mastered that, and that's, you know, the whole point of really of the group is that, okay, now you've mastered one thing, go on and you know, master something else then. And obviously, you know, the GMP system, building your funnels, is a natural progression really of that. You know, people might want to go down the other route and go down, okay, I want to do, depending on what product-based business they're in already, I want to do the Instagram training or the Pinterest training. You know? There's postcard marketing, so there's options.
I was just going to say, don't forget the Titanic Twitter stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I know a guy who's in Empower Network, and he has $3,000 days just using Twitter, basically doing the Titanic Twitter challenge. So
is that part of another thing that I've seen in the group, and it's great then that, you know, lots of people that have been joining recently, has been a real big push, is what, you know, I don't see many then. Obviously we have our additional group, the 175 group, so I don't see many, you know, I don't know the numbers, but, you know, it's probably, you know, it's less than 25% that go into the 21 Day group actually then get added to the 175 group. And so it's that, is if you've got, you know, 5 people on your team, yeah, effort, just think the effort and time you've put into that to get them 5 people in, you know, and you're earning them, what's that, $125 a month, yeah. Whereas someone else has come in and got one person in at 175, you know, I'm earning more money than you. So it's that then, it's like what Sarah was talking about before about getting to the $5 grand.
well,
You know, how can you make that easier? And if you get people in at a higher level, it makes it easier. Plus, you know, the people who come in at a higher level, I've always found, are the ones that, you know, go and do the training and go and follow the steps. They don't come in to try it out. You know, they've invested seriously in the business. I had that exact mindset change myself when I went to the 7,500 level. Is it then stopped becoming, oh, you know, oh, it's a nice little business. No, this is a serious business, and then you change yourself. But I also feel people would see that change if they go from the 25 up to the 175 as well. You know,
oh, absolutely, 100%. It's in one of the trainings I talk about the, you know, my experience when I was going to go and climb Mount Everest. So, do you all know that story? I'll tell it very quickly. So I was going to go and climb Mount Everest, so I looked at it and I looked at what I needed, but I didn't know if I was going to manage it. So what I thought I'd do is I would just give it a go first to see if I really wanted to go and climb Mount Everest. So I know you can get specialists like climbing boots. Didn't bother with that. I just got my trainers here. So I didn't want to invest any money in it, you know, because I just wanted to try it. And this is quite warm, this top, so I didn't bother buying any special warm clothing or anything. And I know, you know, when you see these guys do it, they always get like Sherpas to carry equipment up, and they have special tents to keep them warm, and oxygen tanks because the oxygen's thin up there. Well, I didn't want to go to the trouble of investing in all that. I just wanted to see if I could do it and try it out. So do you know what? I tried it, and thank God I didn't invest all that money in it, because it was too cold to get anywhere. I kept slipping with the trainers, you know, and I didn't have the right sort of food, and I had to carry my own equipment, so it was blooming heavy, and I didn't get very far at all. Thank God I didn't invest any money in it. And it's kind of the same with this, you know, it's a mindset thing. If you're in at 175, your mindset is different. You don't want to be the guy that's looking at Mount Everest thinking, I would love to reach the summit and have a really good business, but actually, you know, I don't want to go to the trouble of getting the right training and the right equipment and the right tools to help me do it. And that's the analogy, guys. We all go through it. I've been through it. I've been through it big time. You know? But now with this, I mean, I've brought 250 Payday, not because I don't know if I'm going to promote it at all. I spent $250 just to analyse what he was doing. Yeah, because I can learn from what they're doing with 250 Payday. And that's what gave us the idea for the 175 Payday, you know, and that's going to help the 21-day challenge. And that's the difference. Who would invest $250 just to see what they're doing? But that's what I'm doing now, because it's going to take us so much further. Guys, just to let you know, by the way, does everybody know Tom the Furry Hat Guy, who runs the Decide Freedom team?
Yeah.
I got a message from him yesterday. Paul, great job on the 21-day challenge, and apparently they've got a tax return promotion on that I'm going to look at now. Maybe it'd be good to join forces so that more people will upgrade. So we've been noticed by Tom, which is good. They've got a promotion until March the 4th, so I'll look at that and I'll put it in the group.
Yeah, I've had a look at that part. It's decent for decent offer that's on it now.
Let's just have a look. Do you know what it is? Can you explain it, Mike?
You can get the all the way in package, yeah, for half price.
Wow.
So the 7500, then which is the vault level, which if you don't know, you've not looked at it, what it is. So the vault is every product that NWC has ever produced. It's like there must be, you know, years worth. There is years worth of work in there. And it's everything. You get 400 bonus products on there. I've not even looked at the amount of audio files and training that you get. You get content at all the levels. So what are the levels? 250, 1,000, 3,500. So you're getting it there for half price. So
that, guys, is really good. That's Peter Wolfing's MLM training. That is brilliant. Okay, so it's $7,500. You get all of those for free. So you get those included, and you don't have to give any pass-ups on those. But they're doing that at the minute, so it's what, 3,750, isn't it? 3,750. So if you want to get that at the minute, it's 3,750. You get $4,750 worth of products included as well, thrown in. And Mike, do people buy the $7,500 package?
Yeah.
Do people buy it that you've never spoken to?
Strangers do. I've got somebody bought it off me. Never spoke to him before he bought it, and I've still not spoke to him because he just never returned me emails or with me calls. He's not on Facebook, and he bought it.
So just to let you know, guys, people do buy it. I've got it. I've sold two. I sold them at this price though. Okay, but if anybody's interested in taking the business further, I won't linger on it because I know it's not for everybody. Not everybody's bold enough to do it. But if you're interested in doing it, that's a good deal. So there you go. I'll leave that with you.
And just on that, it works well with the GMP stuff.
Yeah, with the funnel.
The Genius Marketing Pro, because you get 400 products in there that you get master resale license on. So you can go in and sell them products as well, and they're yours for free to do what you want. So now you've got the funnel system, you've got the products, they're all there together. So you make money on them as well. Then if you go and sell them.
Cool. Anyway, I don't want this to be sort of a plug for the high ticket stuff.
Yeah.
So what else do we need to cover? Who's got questions and who's got maybe team members asking questions or anything you want me to talk about or us to talk about? It's amazing because the chat always gets full of questions and there's always like people asking questions in the group, and then whenever you get people on a hangout, nobody's got anything they want to know. So what if I did an impromptu training, what do you think would be most useful? Someone's being noisy, I don't know if it's you, Mike. But yeah, so what should we do a quick training on? Who's got an idea? Right. Hard work.
Okay, top of my head is what you were just talking about there before, Paul, regarding with the 175, payday option.
Yeah.
I know this thing is coming out soon, but is people? Sarah's figure there, 30 people. So in effect, it's a person a day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then actually needs to get into a business to get to that level. Okay. So let's break it down from that person a day to how many conversations she needs to have, to how many new friends she needs to be building, to how many posts she's got to do, and that's what do the maths on that then.
Well, it kind of varies, doesn't it? And it depends what people are going to go, what level people go in at, etc., etc. But yeah, it's a good idea. What were your thoughts? So I'll throw it back at you, Mike. Perhaps you'd like to go through this. So I mean, 30 people. I mean, I was getting well, let's put it this way.
You've done it, Paul. You've done it twice now, haven't you? 3 times you've done it.
3. Well, I did 18 in a week is my best, but there was a trial offer, so I don't really count that one. But with network marketing, you got to be. You live and die by your reputation. Okay, if Richard Branson walked into my office now and said, Paul, you really need to check out this product, I would check it out because he's Richard Branson. Okay, if Donald Trump came and said, Paul, you should check this out, I might think twice, but I'd have a look because he's Donald Trump and he's made a lot of money. And if Jack the Ripper came in and said, you really need to check this out, I'd probably run a mile the other way. So your reputation that you've got depends on your influence, if you like. Okay, so I was getting about 1 in 15. So if I spoke to 15 people more than once, I was getting a sale. Okay, that is really, really good. Okay, but it's only because I'm very nice to people. I don't talk to them about business. I just build my reputation, and then my posts would kind of get them to approach me because I'm a nice and approachable guy. People would see my posts and they'd come and approach me. That's very much my tactic. What we try and do with the 21-day challenge and what we try and put over is that you help people, not sell people. And I've said quite a few times, forget selling, just forget selling. Just go and talk to people, be friendly, okay? So, but Ray Higdon, for example, and his wife Jessica, if you don't know Ray Higdon, check him out, awesome. He says that like a 30% is like what the best of the best do. So you can say 15% if you're good, probably let's say 5% if you're quite poor. So if we say 10%, 10% would be fair to sort of say that with the 21-day challenge, if you practice and you do everything, and I mean everything, and I'll talk about that, just make myself a note to remind me. So if you say, okay, for every 100 people that I speak to, I'm going to get a 10% conversion rate over time. Okay, that's 10 sales. So what I need to do is speak to 300 people to get my 30 sales. Now what I'm doing there is I'm focusing on personals. I'm ignoring pass-ups. That makes sense? Ignoring the pass-ups. So, and also, they want to be targeted people. There's no point in me targeting 30 Richard Bransons because they're not going to buy because he's a millionaire. So I want 30 network marketers that meet my idea of a perfect customer. So you should all have, and this might be an additional training Peter's talked about it. It's not, I don't think it's in the. I can't remember. You know, there's so much that I leave out because trying to keep it simple for people. But you want to know who your ideal customer is. I don't know if you saw a post I did earlier about Peter Marries. His ideal customer is a guy called John who works for a financial institution who lives on the outskirts of Chicago, and he gets a guy called John contact him and says, I used to live in Chicago on the outskirts, and I used to work for an insurance company, which is a financial institution. Okay, so he's attracting the right sort of people because he's got in mind, and again, it comes back to Sarah's, how many people do you need? Oh, I don't know. Who's your sort of customer? Well, I don't know. You know, you've got to target the right sort of people. So really, what you want to do is go and speak to 300 people and have up to probably 20 conversations with them. So if I work out that what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and target 10 people a day that are targeted, you know, not just anybody. When I look through, they look like they're sort of the right sort of people. 10 people per day for 30 days. And I'm just going to engage with those 300 people until I decide they're not right, or they tell me no. That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Just on that, the perfect customer, Paul, I don't know if that's worth them, you know, sticking in one of the steps in the training, because it's that, you know, I hope people, you know, you can go out there and all guns blazing and, you know, let's go and speak to hundreds of people. It's like, no, sometimes take a step back, you know, who is it that, you know, what's in there about people follow you, you know, on it then, and it's probably then, you know, the 30 people are probably, you know, all similar traits on it then. So it's like if people then go back and figure out, okay, who's their perfect customer? You know, where are they from? And, you know, who will you attract? You know, there's no point, like you say now, me aiming for, you know, the top guy in internet marketing. He's not going to come and join. Okay, not yet. He'll see the light down the line. But you're okay. Where people are now, you know, where you are now, who can you attract on it then? And it's worth then doing these little, you know, little sessions yourself. So then when you know, then you're going out, you know, looking for people and finding new friends, joining other groups. You know then where to go looking to go. You know, I want to go shark fishing. I'm not going to go and fish in the canal. You know, is go and start looking in the right places.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who you're looking for.
I mean, Sarah does well with, and Samantha Charles as well. I mean, I'm right in saying you do. I know Samantha does. I think you're the same, aren't you, Sarah? You basically target people in product businesses like Jeunesse, Unique, yeah. Avon.
Unique, New Skin, that sort of type thing, because they're all on my wavelength, because I know the struggles they're going through. So I've got that in common with them anyway, as regards to moving products and, you know, trying to get a team, because you do need a hell of a lot of recruits to make any sort of money in those businesses. So they're on my kind of level as regards to I can associate with what they're going through, so I can offer them some help, because it helped me when I was in exactly the same predicament as what they're in now. So I kind of target them sorts of people, but I think I need to start looking at other forms of targeting, like maybe something else, because everybody that I'm targeting at that level, everybody just comes in at the 25 and they're just dropping out after a little while, because, you know, if it doesn't work after 21 days, they go, oh, this doesn't work, and they quit. They're not got the right mindset as regards to seeing the potential of, you know, the actual training and implementing it and all that. You know, they're looking at it like, I'm going to use this to boost my business, and if it doesn't work within 21 days, then I'm just going to quit because it didn't work. And that, to me, I need to get over that hurdle with people, because they don't seem to be seeing the full potential of it. So maybe there needs to be something we need to address as regards to showing people exactly what this could lead to as regards to, you know, the training that you're getting, how this can move your business forward. And people are quitting too soon on it, because they think, because it's called the 21-day challenge, if they haven't succeeded and recruited thousands of people after 21 days, then it doesn't work. And they're in the complete wrong mindset. And I see a lot of this going on in the chat room as well. Lots of new people are coming in and saying, oh, I posted for 2 days, I'm not getting any engagement. Well, it doesn't work that quickly. It doesn't, because it's all about building relationships with people. It takes more than 2 days of posting a couple of funny posts to get that working. I didn't recruit my first person into the challenge till I was on like day 18. Because you need to start. People need to start watching you and following you, and you need to build up yourself as like somebody that needs to be watched and needs to be followed. You can't just expect to post and that's it. You need to go out and you need to interact with these people as well. So maybe we need to have something, I don't know what, and I'm still trying to work on it for my own personal recruiting skills, that it's more than just 21 days. It's not 21-day challenge, that's it, you're successful after 21 days. It's what this represents as a training, full term as well.
It's like Ray Higdon, he has a 3-minute expert, and it relates to an average length of a video that you do should be 3 minutes. And you put stuff out, learn a strategy, implement it, share results, teach what you learned. But the average video you put out on Facebook should be about 3 minutes. So it's called 3-minute expert, but nobody thinks like in 3 minutes you're going to be an expert at anything. It takes 21 days, guys, to build a relationship with somebody where you can openly talk about business and just say, hey, I think this would help you. Have a look, check it out. If I go and speak to somebody totally new today and go, oh, hey, Holly, I think this might help you, check it out, that's spam. If I've spoken to Holly for 12, 15, 20 days and we've got a rapport, then I can say, hey, Holly, I know you struggle a bit with this, you might want to check this out, it might help you, don't know if it's right for you, don't shoot the messenger, but check it out, see if it's right for you. That's what the 21-day part is. It takes 21 days to build a relationship. Also, something I'll mention on here, because I see a lot of it happen, where you want to end up is a nice pie. Yeah, that is your business represented by a pie. Now that could be what's everybody's favourite pie?
Apple.
Apple and blackcurrant. Make an apple and blackcurrant pie. Apples. Blackcurrants, yeah. What else? Sugar. You need to make pastry, don't you? So you need flour. I don't know how you make pastry. What, margarine or butter? Okay. You need a pie tin. You need an oven. What else do we need? Is that it? You need a knife to trim. Yeah? What's that, Mike?
One of those stirring things.
Yeah. So you need, basically, these are the things you need to make a pie. And what we need to build a business is we need to go and make contacts. We need to have chats. We need to put the posts out. We need to engage with people on their posts so they see ours, engagement. We need pages to give them, well, we supply those. So we supply those, we supply those. What else do we need? You need training, so you know what to do. We supply that. But that bit there, well, you still need to do it. You need to watch the training. The chats, go and make the contacts with people and stuff. If you go and make the contacts and you don't chat to them, you're not going to end up with your pie, are you? If you have the chats and you engage with them, but you never send them any links and never talk to them about business and like maybe this could help them, it's never going to work. I mean, find the pain, as I call it. Find something they need help with. If you never, I could chat all day to people about playing guitar and cats and cars and how cold it is in the UK at the moment. But if we're never ever going to get to the point where I find something I can help them with, I'm never going to send them a link, am I? So what I'm saying is, it's no good just getting really good at chatting to people. You're not going to end up with your pie. You need to do it all. I was speaking to somebody the other day, and they did the first range of posts. They finished that. Now they're chatting to some people, but they're not putting the posts out. Well, the thing is, when you engage and chat with people, they check out your timeline, they will see the posts. And the posts are designed to get you more engagement and to create curiosity. So the idea is they see your post and there's like another person who's joined the 21-day challenge, and then eventually they come to you and they go, Paul, what is this 21-day challenge I keep seeing? You know, and that's what worked for me. Most people approach me because I was doing that. Does that make sense, or am I confusing the issue by talking about pies?
No, it makes sense.
I'm hungry now, though.
Yeah, I am. So the point is, it's no good just working on some of the ingredients. You need the whole recipe. You can make the pastry thicker than other people would. You can put more sugar in than other people do. You can change the ratio of apple and blackberries and blackcurrants, whatever. That's fine, but you need everything to make your pie, and it's the same with this. There's no point just doing a bit of it and going, it doesn't work. And I see people doing that. So hopefully that's helped a few of you watching this. Richard says maybe we should call it the 90-day challenge. I think that would put people off, don't you? I think it's too long.
Yeah, no. So in the DFT group, we have the 62-day, one of the challenges they done.
Yeah.
And you can tell the amount of people that dropped off. I think less than 10 people actually did it because of how long it seemed. So yeah, it's 90 days. I think Sarah's probably she's on a fourth round of 21 days, so she's almost done 90 days. But it does make it easier for people to do. Plus, it's not just 21 days. It's it's the forming of habits, and that's where the 21 then comes from.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not 21 days of putting these posts up. It's everything else what the 21 days then stands for and what you can do in that time. One of the things that I've noticed then with some is, and the 21-day challenge is a great hook to get people involved. But it's almost then like they're buying that as a product to do that training, rather than seeing that as it's a lead magnet really to get them into NWC. Once you get chatting to them about what NWC offers for 100% commission, your instant pay, your 2 reverse pass up, that's really where you want to get into all the bones of what NWC does. It's not, do the 21-day challenge to help your business. I think set against using Sarah just because she's on here, but it's probably how she got involved. But then when she started earning more money out of this, when she wasn't a main business, it was like, okay, that's where she's gonna focus on more, because it is. And we're all in there, primarily to make an income, from it. Then whether it's Jeunesse, NWC, Empower, there are a million other companies that are out there. Okay, yeah, and NWC, what it can offer is everything then that any business then needs, and it's getting people in through the door, but then explaining to them what NWC is about, so they understand it. So it's not just they're buying a 21-day package, and if it doesn't work, I'll leave. It's getting it out there then and getting them in and keeping them in through the door.
Maybe we need to do another video, because seriously, guys, anybody watching this, we are not trying to take you away from what you do. So, like Mike says there, once you see what NWC can do, and it's 100% commissions and all that, and I think Sarah's now making more in this than she is in a primary business, even though she uses this to promote a primary business. We're not trying to bait and switch. The point of the challenge is it can help anything. It came out of what me and Eric did to build our business, and what Darren does to build his business. It came out of that, and we tried to simplify it for people by giving the posts. Now, it will work for anybody. It worked for any business, okay, so that's cool. But it's an NWC team training for our team. And also, I don't mind doing these hangouts, but at the end of the day, like Mike says, I've got to pay the mortgage every month. So, I need to grow my NWC business. How do you do it? Well, you monetize it. So we monetize the challenge by using NWC. What people need to realise, and again, if you're watching this, guys, you need to realise you only need to get 4, really. I hate these things where it's like, you only need 2, you only need 4. But if everybody did come in and get 4, which isn't hard, okay, it's not always easy, but it's simple. If you follow the process, if you watch the trainings and you follow it, people will join you out of pity, if nothing else. Okay, if you just keep going. So you can get 4. I don't want you to get people out of pity, but if you just keep going, eventually it's a numbers game. Law of averages, you will get 4 people if you just keep going. and what those 4 people can do if everybody came in and get 4. Now, I want to point out, Sarah hit the leaderboard. Samantha Charles, newbie, last September to the industry, not just what we do, complete newbie in September. Number 2 on the leaderboard, you know, a couple of months later. Jamie Robertson on the leaderboards. I don't know if I'm still on there now, but I've been on the leaderboards like, you know, 3 months and 6 months for blooming ages, okay, on various levels. Mike's been on the leaderboards. You know, what we teach works. And it's like I said about travelling from one end of the country to the other. You know, if you keep going, you will get there. It's the same with this. If you keep going, you will get there. There's enough proof from the people just on this panel. There's enough proof that it works. Okay? The variable is you. That's the variable. Are you going to keep learning and practicing and re-watching the trainings, not just once, watch them again so they really sink in? Are you going to do that, and are you going to go and talk to people on Facebook chat? You know, I had a guy once, and I said, how many people you spoke to? None. Right, okay. You know you've got to do it. Yeah, I know. Next week, how many people you spoke to then? Trying to help him. I don't do this anymore, guys, but this is how I used to try and help people. How many people you spoke to? And he's like, oh, well, you know, I've been busy. And it's like, yeah, you're always busy, but how are you going to grow your business? Anyway, it turns out he thought I meant he had to ring people up and speak to them. I'm like, no, Facebook chat. So I learned that. But seriously, having chats on Facebook is a lot less scary than ringing somebody up. Because you can always block them if they're idiots to you, and you can always say, I've got to run, sorry, if you don't want to talk to them, can't you? Dead easy. It's a bit harder on the phone. They can hear your voice and pick up on the fact that you're lying. So, you know, really, you just got to commit to doing it. I just got in the headspace, and I just had my 30-day blitz. To the, you know, I excluded pretty much everything else. I was still running my business, but I just did it, and it's paid off big time. It's still paying me big time now. That 30-day blitz is still paying me big time. Okay, but I mean, I put the hours in. I was in the chair a lot, and I still say it's not work because I was just chatting to people. I had films on while I was working. You know, it's not hard work really. Thank God for Amazon Prime.
Just on that, Paul, I know. When you started your 30-day blitz, and probably that was obviously we don't see then all what goes behind the scenes with all your chats going on. But then what I did see, you know, was Africa was the first one to join.
Yeah.
Is the videos then that you did, and that then is what, you know, and it's like, okay, a picture paints 1,000 words. You know, a video actually tells 1.8 million, right, words then. And whatever it is, you know, and whether you use, and a tip then for some people is use the post within National Wealth Centre. So it's just changed the other day. I've not done my review video of it yet, so I'll probably try and get it done today. But okay, if you've not got anything to say, just go and pick one of the topics in there, you know, and just do, you know, a 2-3 minute video. You know, if you're not used to them, you know, because it's a fear. I don't want to put myself out there, you know. Someone that I've learned a lot of stuff off then. He just does his video, walking around, yeah, and then just boom, posts it. Okay, whether it's a load of crap or not, it's done, it's dusted. Yeah, he then doesn't have that fear, and I have it now. If I watch a video on here, or any video, whether it's one of the viral ones, the next video that always pops up is one of Paul's, right? And it's one with him and Peter, and one with him at his NLP course, and it always pops up second. So he's constantly there, and their videos that are probably weeks old, you know, that are still getting shared. Your posts get lost. Your 7-day posts don't come back. Yeah, but your videos, the way Facebook now is working, is it's just going massive into video marketing. And so do these videos, little videos on your phone. Yeah, whether you sat down, walking around, just post them. If you've not done one, just think of a topic. I say there's loads in the back office to talk about. I'd just done a blog post on small wins, and that was, okay, I'm going to do my next video is going to be on that, just because of something that's happened to me last few days. But yeah, it's get out. Remember, that's why, you know, we see Paul's videos now every day. And what people said, Paul, you don't do one. Is everything all right, Paul? Right?
Yeah, I've had that. So people ask me, you know, how do you do a video? Oh, I can't do a video. Everyone, how you doing? It's Paul Turner here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I don't know if you can see on the screen there, on that one, rather. See, I work with 2 screens because I'm kind of like that. I'm just doing a hangout with some of the 21-day challenge members. Everybody shout hello.
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 Not very loud, are they? But there you go, guys. This is what we do to build a business, and it's great fun. And it's coming up to 3 o'clock on a Friday afternoon. We're all probably going to go down the pub and open the wine after this. But love to see you inside the 21-day challenge if you want to get on these trainings. Catch you later, guys. Cheers. That's how easy it is to do a video for those of you watching this that haven't done them.
And I know it's going to frighten the life out of some people, but I think the reason that people like Samantha Charles, myself, Jamie Robertson are doing so well is because we do put personal videos onto Facebook, because this whole business is about building relationships with people, and the quickest and fastest way to get somebody to like, trust and know you is for them to see you, for them to physically hear your voice, to physically see the sort of person that you are. And it really, I think, does help with that whole building relationship with somebody, because I get people messaging me and say things like, oh, if I'm going to join something, I want to join with you because you make me laugh because your videos are so funny, and like I know that you're a really cool girl. And I'm thinking, well, that's because I've put my face out there and I'm on the video. If I hadn't have done that, they would have got no idea who I am. I'm just somebody posting some posts, you know. But just, you know, pushing yourself out of that comfort zone and just doing, even if it's just a couple of minutes, little video. You could even just, you know, introduce yourself on there or something like that. Then it does make a lot of difference to the engagement that you get back, because people do associate, like Mike said, video marketing is getting huge and you can't ignore it anymore. You can't say, well, I'm never going to do it because it's not for me, because you have to look at all the options, and that now is one of the things that you really do need to push yourself out of your comfort zone and actually try and do, because it will make such a difference, especially in this industry as well. If you're trying to promote something and you're trying to brand yourself, then the easiest and quickest way to do it is to get your face on Facebook. Simple as that.
And also, people like people that are like themselves. They don't know anything about you until they can see how you move, how you talk. You know, some people like my English accent, some people hate it. That's fine. It's no different to walking down the street. People tell me, oh, I can't be on camera, but they can walk down the street. You know, more people probably see them walking down the street than they do on camera. But hey, look, I know people have a fear of it. I did a video on how to overcome your fear of doing video. You can do some weird tapping stuff if you want, which I learnt on NLP, and you're spinning, you do all this. I can do that. You can do what's called EMDR, eye movement desensitization reprogramming. You know, we can, if you're struggling to make video and you want to make video, message me, I can help you make video, okay? So
it doesn't have to be, you know, a big professional presentation and you've got all the lights running. It's like, no, just, you know, I always say, you know, do it on your phone, yeah? And the amount of people now that use FaceTime, it's like, it's just like talking to someone on FaceTime. Just put your phone there, walk around, just talking to it. If people walk past you, they don't think, oh, what's he doing recording a video? They think he's on FaceTime. They just think you're talking to someone now. So I would set a challenge then, really, for anyone who's on this panel, anyone who's watching this then on replay, is if you've not done a video, yeah, is okay, but 3 o'clock now, by, you know, this time, you know, let's give it the weekend. Over the weekend, let's get a little 3-minute video put up, tag us in it, yeah, so we can see it in your videos, so then we can, you know, comment on it, and don't care, don't look at it and watch it and go, oh, that doesn't sound right. Just record it and share it, and yeah, it's done then. Okay, it's out there. It's your first one. You feel so much better. Your brother then did one a few weeks ago, and he told his personal story, which no one really knew. There was about 5 people who knew their story then that he had. And he'd done it in video, and he said how it made him feel after doing it was just unbelievable. You know, he was scared of telling people before, and he put it out there, and the comments he got back from it were just so positive. On it then, it's like you then think, God, why was I scared of that in the first place? So I would do that, yeah, challenge everyone to make a video over the weekend, and let's see, and let's get, you know, building people's brands up there then.
And even if it's, you do it and it's not perfect and you stutter or you babble your way through it, or, you know, it's not perfect, actually that is going to help you more, because it means that you're a human being, and it means that you are doing something that a lot of people would not have the guts to do, and you've done it. You know, it's obviously an amateur video, but you had the guts to do it, so people are going to be behind you for that, for saying, well done, I don't think I could do it, but you did it, you know. So you'd be amazed how many people get behind you once you do that sort of thing.
100%.
Another thing though, people, you know, you might, I've got, because it shows on how many views you've got. So let's say you get 100 views, but you've only got 10 comments, and you go, where's these other 90 people? These come back. I have had it then. It was the last week. I watched your video the other day. Well, you didn't like a comment on it. No, I've been watching you though. I know what you're doing. You know, they can see what I'm doing. And it's that people will watch, they won't like and comment and share on it, but they'll watch and then they'll look out for your next one. And I think those that do videos, I've had that all the time. I've been watching your videos for weeks.
Let me give you a tip on video, guys, as well. Like the Decide Freedom team that we're part of, they did this 65-day video challenge or whatever. And people were doing videos on any old stuff. And if you think about your perfect customer, for me, my perfect customer is trying to build a business online. They're struggling. Like most people, they're failing. Okay, so they need something that's going to turn it around for them. We've got that with the 21-day challenge, and we make it as easy as we can. We even give them the posts. Okay, so when I'm making my videos, I don't just want to do a positive quote, because what does that mean? It means nothing. I don't want to do a video all the time about how great I am, because I am great. But that doesn't really help them, does it? I want to do a video with a tip. So I'll do a video about, hey, I've got an alternative list building method. You learn something in some training, you implement it, and you share your results, and then you teach others what you've learned and how you got the results. Okay? That's alternative list building. And people go, oh, that makes so much sense. I want to share results, team results. Hey, another person just joined 21-day challenge. People are like, oh, what, you know, okay, well, how's that working then? And they take note. I want to share a tip, like, you know, great thing about Facebook is you can go and look at someone's timeline and you can see if they're likely to be a business match for you, because you can look at where they went on holiday, you can look at their photos, and a lot of people go, oh, I never realised that. You know, you can give them a tip, like, I don't know, another tip, like, oh yeah, you know, do you know if you go out and speak to 100 people and try and pitch your business to them, you're lucky if 2% of them will respond, but if you speak to those same 100 people, you know, up to 12 times, you can get as high as 80% conversion rate. People take notice of that, and it makes me look like I know what I'm talking about. I've just read that from somewhere. That's from the Direct Selling Association. You know, I take the information and I share it, and I don't have to credit them all the time. But there's so much good training in the 21-day challenge, and I can say that because if it's my training, I've stolen it from somewhere else for the main. You know, and other people do trainings in it, like Mike's video on how to find people. You could all watch that and do a little video on, hey, if you want to know how to go and find people, you know this graph search thing, make sure that you got your box ticked to US language, you know, in Facebook. And people go, yeah, he knows what he's talking about, because you do have to have it set to US for that to work, don't you?
Yeah.
There's so much you can take and just do a little video on. Right, has anybody got anything else they want to talk about or address or bring up or comment on? If not, we'll draw it to a close. It's all
Paul, you were talking about.
Sorry, say that again.
Hello? Yeah, you were mentioning about the volt at 3750 level.
Yeah, 3,750. Yeah.
What I believe, what I've seen is, I think DFT team, they are having a 14-day time frame for that, and after 14 days, it goes back to 7,500.
That's right. They run a promotion every now and again, and how it works is it works like this. Basically, it's $7,500. Okay, but because that money is paid straight to your sponsor, if your sponsor is willing to take part in that promotion, and therefore, am I willing? If you came to me and said, Paul, even after 14, I mean, let's just be honest here. Even after 14 days, if you came to me and you said, Paul, I'm interested in the $7,500 package, I will give you the 3,750, like the promotion that they run for the 14 days. Would you take it? I probably would take the 3,750. I'm just being frank. So, you know, because it's paid member to member with National Wealth Centre, you know, that can happen with that deal. I mean, we don't want to sell things short, but 7,500 is a big investment for a lot of people. Okay, Mike had somebody just sign up for it. People do buy it, you know, you can see it. But the promotion is good and you get all the other stuff. It is a really good promotion. And at the end of the day, a lot of people buy these big ticket things just to make the money. They never even open the product. Promise you that as well.
I'm in a big ticket program right now. Even I'm with Mo, and I've spent a lot of money there.
Yeah, sorry, you're breaking, you're crackling a bit, Kunal, but say that again.
What I'm saying is, even I paid $2,500 to join my online business empire, Mo.
Yeah.
And that was on. I didn't mean that.
I know somebody who paid $27,000 for one of the levels in Mob.
Yes, they have levels till $100,000.
Yeah.
People join it all the time.
People do buy it, and if you want to make $3,000 a month, well, guess what? I only need to sell one of those a month. I only need to make one sale.
Yes.
So the higher up you go. I mean, I've made some of the 250 sales. I've done 1,000. You don't see me promote them, do you guys? You don't see me people buy them. But you got to be there to get the commission. You got to buy it first, unfortunately. But if anybody wants to do that, I've wiped it off. But if anybody wants to do the 3,750, I will let you know. I will take the 3,750 now. So, right. Anything else? Okay, guys, we've been over an hour, so let's draw it to a close. Thanks everybody for coming on. If you're watching this, that would be Harriet. Is it Harriet? Yeah, all right. It's definitely time to go. Right. Thanks, everyone.
See you guys.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thanks for staying up, by the way, guys.
That's okay. See you soon.